Hi everyone, it's Andrea and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video. I'm not sure exactly where my videos will go and what direction they'll go, but this is going to be a cooking one for this time. It's going to be a mole recipe that my mom gave me. This is only the second time that I've made it, but let me tell you, it came out very good the first time, and a lot of people said that it tasted just like my mom, so I think I did a good job on it. So I wanted to share that recipe with you. So you guys can know how I made mine. I know that there's a lot of different ways that people make mole, but this is going to be my recipe, the one my mom gave me, and I hope you guys like it. Okay, so the ingredients that we're going to use for this mole are going to be 6 California chiles, 3 Pulla chiles, 3 Cascabel chiles, 4 Guajillo chiles, 3 Chiles Negros, which are the same as chili pods, and then 3 Chiles Anchos. And we're gonna do 5 almonds, half a bolillo, half a tortilla, a quarter of a chocolate of abuelita, and some sesame seeds. In a skillet, we're gonna put a little bit of oil on low medium heat for the chilies. So we're gonna go ahead and start adding all of the chilies. So we're just gonna toss the chilies in here. Oh my god, like, we do not want them to get burned, so we have to be turning them pretty fast. And mind you, the heat is on low medium. You have to turn them pretty quick. So tenemos que voltear los chiles rápido para que no se quemen. Okay, so after we take the chilies out, this is how they look after they are ready. We're gonna I only toss them a little bit. We don't want them to burn, but we're gonna let them sit in water. It's recommended to let them sit for an hour, but if you don't have that much time, you can let them sit for 20 to 30 minutes. The water is hot. It's not boiling, but it's pretty hot. So we're just gonna let them sit so they can get soft. So I'm just gonna add all of the chilies in here. And then we're gonna use most of this water when we blend them. And I think I'm gonna have to add a little bit more water. So we're gonna add all the chilies. Yeah, I definitely need to add more water. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it really quick. Okay, so I went ahead and I added more water. And then we're also gonna put the half of the bolillo in here. And then the chocolate, abuelita, the tortilla, and the almonds. I actually have to put them in the oil, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. And then we're also gonna add, which I forgot to mention earlier, we need ground ginger, ground cloves, ground cloves, pepper, and salt. Oh wait, salt. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that while I get the just watch them, make sure they don't burn. So we're gonna add a quarter of a teaspoon of all of the dry ingredients. So I'm gonna start off with the cloves. So a quarter teaspoon. Quarter teaspoon. And this is just so that it can marinate really good. And then we have the ground ginger. Excuse my nails, by the way. First video, was not prepared for this. So a quarter teaspoon. And we're gonna add quarter of the pepper. And the salt. Oh, I'm scared with the salt. And then salt, obviously, it's kind of more to taste, but if you guys need more, then you can just add more. And then for the sesame seeds, I went ahead and I made like a little paste. It's not like super like smashed together. I just made it with water. It's not the best, but I don't have anything else to do it with, so I just did it with a spoon. And this is just kind of like al tanteo, so you kind of just make a little bit, and then we're gonna throw it in here as well. But if you guys want to measure it, we can do another quarter of a teaspoon. So let's go ahead and see if maybe this is a quarter teaspoon. Yeah, it is. So we're just gonna throw it in here, and the rest I'll just leave it on the side, but I'll add a little water. And then we're gonna submerge everything. And right now we're gonna get the almonds. Oh, and you guys can also substitute the almonds for peanuts, but they have to be with all salt. So it's either the peanuts or the almonds, and whichever you choose, you just put them in a little bit of oil as well. And obviously don't let them burn, but this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna let it sit. I'm only gonna let it sit for like maybe 20-30 minutes, just because I already have the chicken cooking, and it's already almost ready. So I'm just gonna do that. So I'm just making sure everything gets soaked in here. And the almonds, go ahead and throw them in there. And then we're gonna cover it with a plate. Oh wait, this is gonna be too big. Okay, this one will be good, just to kind of cover everything. And the water's pretty warm, but make sure you want it kind of hot so that it can make the chilies soft, so that it can be easier to blend when they're ready to blend. So I'll see you guys in about 20-30 minutes. We're also going to add a little bit of cinnamon. It's just going to be those little cinnamon sticks, and we're going to put them in oil. Just like I said, don't let them get burned. And we're also going to put them with a mixture of the water. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and take this out. And we're going to go ahead and transfer everything onto the blender. So let's go ahead and do that. And everything's like pretty soft. And just so you guys know, this is not all gonna fit, so we might have to split it. So let's just go ahead and do part of it, because that's what happened last time, that it didn't fit. And then we're gonna end up straining it, so it's okay if the seeds are in there for now. Blend this. So this is how it looks after it's been blended. It's pretty thick. I'm gonna go ahead and add more, just so I can see if I can try to blend more, but I know it's not all gonna fit, because last time it didn't fit. And mind you, all the liquid, we're gonna use all the liquid since it has the flavor as well. No, this does not look that appealing, but it's gonna taste really good. And the tortilla and the bolillo is what makes it have more of a thick consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it again. So now we're gonna go ahead and strain it. This is only half of the mixture. I put a little bit of avocado oil on the pan, and we're gonna go ahead and strain it. And then right now I'll go ahead and blend the rest of it. So I went ahead and I finished blending the rest of the chilies. Now I'm just making sure that this is well blended, since in both of the batches it was different chilies. So I'm just making sure that everything is like super duper blended. And actually didn't end up putting all of the water because it looks pretty thick. We don't want it too watery. If you want it thicker than this, obviously just do less water. So I'm just gonna let it boil for a little bit. The chicken is ready. I ended up doing just drumsticks because that's all I had. But normally this amount of mole is enough to do a picnic pack, which is like the one that's thighs and drumsticks mixed. But since I only had drumsticks, it's 1 pack of drumsticks. But you can do a pack of drumsticks, and then I think if you want, you can also add chicken breast. Just make sure that you either cut it up into little chunks or you can shred it, but that's just by choice. So I'm just gonna let this boil a little bit. I'm gonna taste it, see if it needs more salt, and if it does, I'll just go ahead and add it. And then I'll go ahead and show you guys once I add the chicken. Really quick before I add the chicken, I wanted to show you guys how it looks with the flash off. You can see that it's dark, and that's how you want it. It's supposed to come up pretty dark. So I let it boil. I ended up adding maybe like another ½ teaspoon of salt. And then here is how it looks after it's boiled for like about 10 minutes. The chicken kind of got a little bit shredded because I kind of overcooked it a little bit, but still pretty good. And I'll show you guys how it looks on a served plate. And this is how it looks after it's been plated. I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe.